Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna go over the fourth page here on the trade panel. So I just included this page. It's a recent update. So when you come down on the page, it's all about grid orders, basically just bit deploying limit grid orders. So you will see a buy grid and a sell grid button at the top. If you activate any of those or both of those, you'll see some lines popping up on the chart. Let's just go through the settings for now, and then we will see how they work, how you can move them around and do things with it. So the idea is, well, let's just go through the settings first of all. You have number of orders, spacing, first lot, and lot multiplier. So the number of orders basically just means how many orders do you want to deploy. Of course, once the lines are there, nothing happens. You have to press this button here to actually send the orders to your MetaTrader 5 account. So if we change this to, let's say we change it to 10, you'll see now there's 10 on each side. Of course, you can toggle them on and off as you like. Let's say you're only interested in putting a sell grid up here. Then you can do like that. You have spacing. You can set that it's a percentage of your scale here. So if you are on a higher time frame, it will adjust to that. It's not based on pips or points, anything like that. But again, you can, if you put a higher number, let's say you put 8, you'll see that now there's a lot more. Of course, you can also drag the orders individually. I made it so that if you drag the first order, so the lowest one for a sell grid or the top one for a buy grid, then all of them will move. And that's handy if you, for example, I often do it, and you'll see that in my live trade demonstration also, I often use 3. And I just sort of want to get like up in an area of a support or resistance level or a supply or demand zone. You can drag them all individually or singular. It's also made so that if you're dragging one down to the next or up, they can't, like the order is always going to be maintained basically. Then you have the first lot that basically, and you'll also see it over here, what you will deploy the lot size here. It starts with 0.10 at the moment, then 0.15, 0.23. That's because we have the first lot set to 0.1. If we set this to 1, you'll see now it changes to 1, then 1.5, 2.25. The reason why the lot volume goes up is because of this multiplier down here. So if you want to just not increase it, you just set it to 1, then it's just the same lot size here. If you want to decrease it, you can also set it to 0.8, for example. Then you'll have a decreasing lot size. Now, of course, when you have these orders, let's just try and deploy these for now. So once you click deploy, you will see the buttons turn off, the lines go away, but then instead you have your pending limit orders now. Of course, you can also move those to where you want it. But as you note, there are no stop loss or take profit on the chart right now. So you will need to go into this cumulative take profit and cumulative stop loss and turn those on. If you look at my live trade demonstrations, you'll see me use these extensively. So I think it's best to go in there and see how I'm using these functions on my live trade demonstrations. But essentially, if you turn these on, here you have your how many numbers of positions until that you activate it. So I typically just set it to 1. That basically means the moment that the terminal sees that there is a position open, is going to place a take profit if this is on and a stop loss if this is on as well. Then of course you have your, I mean, this is just we already went through this in a previous video, but again, just to remind, you have the options to either choose pips, percentage, or money. So if you say, for example, I want to go for a $50 target and I want to go for a whatever $25 stop loss, $25 stop loss, you can do it like that. You can also set this to pips. So if you want to go for, like, let's say you take a 50 pip stop loss and you're just scalping for 5 pips, you would set it like this. And that basically does so that immediately one of these positions are triggered, meaning price comes into them and you change from a pending order to an actual position. Then the smart trade control is going to then immediately place a stop loss and a take profit. And because this is cumulative, let's say that the next position is also triggered, it's going to take the volume weighted average price of those two and then place the take profit and stop loss in accordance to that average price. And because it's volume weighted, then if you're using a lot multiplier, let's say you have a smaller lot or a bigger lot, whatever, it will, if you're using a bigger lot, the more orders that you get into, the smaller your TP target is going to be, because you keep on increasing your lot. Of course, that also has its downside and its potential risk. So be aware of what you're doing if you're using grid orders, and it can blow your account, let's say like that. So at the same time, though, we do have the cumulative stop loss as well. So let's say you don't want to risk, let's say your account is $10,000 and you only want to risk whatever, 10%. You can just set it to 10%, or you can say dollars amount and then set that to 1,000 or whatever you want to risk. And that basically does so that the stop loss also, when you have multiple orders here triggered, you will the stop loss will also modify for each new position that is being added, and then adjust accordingly. So you're never risking more than what you see in this input right here. Of course, you will need to be have the trade panel running. So let's say you activate these orders and leave them there. You can't turn off your computer and go about your day and then expect these cumulative take profit and stop loss to work, because it's a real-time adjustment, real-time modification. The EA can of course only see that there is a new position in the array if your computer is on and the panel is on, right? So if you are placing pending orders and you're using these, then definitely have your computer on at all times. If you can't have your computer on, let's just get rid of these here for now. Of course, you can always go up here and then do it the traditional way, so that you place, let's say you want to have your stop loss down here, your target up here. Maybe this is your first target, so you place a buy limit right there. You take a second target, and then for a third position, maybe you want to have a little bit more of a tight stop loss, but a more aggressive risk take profit. So you get a higher RR, then you place the orders, and now you see you have already, so you basically have here, let me see if I can show this. So you have here now your limit orders, 3 limit orders in place, and they already have a stop loss and take profit. So in this instance, you can go about your day, close your terminal, just get out, and then, you know, because the stop loss orders are already sent to your broker by the time you're entering. Of course, in this way, you should probably, when you do it, then choose your like what you want to risk, right? So anyway, that was the 4th page here now. That's a new page. I use it a lot. Again, look at my live trade demonstrations either on my YouTube channel or inside the course tutorial here, and then you'll get a good feeling of how you can use those. Okay, that's it for this one. See you in the next one. Take care.